Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Beyond the Summit studio. We are casting Starladder Season 9, and Ben, they're not going to hear a word you say, my friend.
Okay, it's getting there. All right.
Every time, like, we get set up, like, his mic's, like, farther away. I'm just waiting for, like, the cast to start like that. But this is our second of 4 best of ones, opening day of Starladder Season 9 action, guys. It is Starladder Korea, one team from the 8 who were invited. No EOT, no Zephyr. We'll move on to Kiev. So with that being said, one of our top contenders, along with Berghain, is 5NQ.
Berghain was actually the underdogs in the last match when I looked at the odds. I don't know why, but yeah, I haven't kept up too much with Korean Dota. But
I think people were confusing MVP Hot 6 with MVP Phoenix, who is actually pretty strong.
That is a common problem. Yeah.
Well, with that being said, the draft is underway. And we'll hop inside the game, and it looks like we actually have an echo on this. Yeah, they were hearing us twice.
Oh, no.
We have a very ghetto setup for our cameras. It's a long story right now, but should be sorted out fairly soon. But anyway, with that being said, no problem KR is 5NQ, and on the other side we've got Newbie Noob. So this is Team Newbie, not to be confused with Newbie with 2 E's. They're not the Chinese team with Xiao 8.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at No Problem's icon, and they have no problem with like a no smoking sign. I'm trying to think of what icon could you represent to represent a problem, and nothing really jumps to mind.
Yeah, the word, like they're crossing out no problem. Is that like actually a problem? No. That's a double negative, right?
Yeah. I don't think they understand what that sign means.
No, I don't think so either, buddy. Well, with that being said, the draft is underway. The newbies ban out Ancient Apparition. We saw him get first pick last game. I mean, we talked about his weaknesses. I still think he's strong, but I don't know if he's first ban material, but they don't want to deal with him. They go first pick Invoker. And on the side of No Problem Korea, they go for a Mirana Clockwork. So very versatile opening from 5NQ here.
Yeah, from what I've seen, Korean Dota seems to lag behind the very popular strategies of Western Dota by at least a few weeks, if not a few months. And I'm surprised that AA has actually shifted, but I don't think it's for good reason, because judging from the last game, it did not seem like it was utilized that well. But Invoker has seemed to caught on, and Invoker, I'd say, is just much easier to play than an AA, at least to work into your lineup. And Invoker is just definitely worthy of a first pick in this new patch.
Yeah, and it's a patch where it seems like Wex is a little bit more favored, but I don't think Exort is bad. It's just not quite as strong as it was in the last patch.
It's just different strengths. Quaz Wex just completely shuts down 5-man strategies from the opponent, though. Like, if the opponent has they're trying to push your towers early, it will just shut it down in its tracks, unless you have like 2 or 3 arcane boots to deal with EMP. There's just like no good way to deal with EMP unless you have mass BKBs.
Yeah, and or just the mass mobility skills, but we don't see too many lineups with like 4 blinker.
Your supports are going to be boned.
Yeah,
that's a big problem.
Support Mirana on the rise to counter that Invoker. Well, there's a Mirana.
If you time it right, you'll still get hit by it though.
Yeah, if you time the if you catch them with Tornado.
That's the thing. It's just like, I mean, even if you have a mobility skill, you still have like 0 mana.
Well, you just got to dodge the initial Tornado. It's a lot easier said than done though. The AoE is actually pretty wide,
and the speed is very fast.
Yes, well, fitting for OX Invoker. The second stage of bans, we see Newbie Noobs banning out Storm and Bane. I do like the Storm ban a lot, since they don't have... I mean, they have Invoker who's decent for locking him down, but Bristle in particular not that strong against him. On the side of 5NQ, they remove a Slark and a Chen. 5NQ aren't that great against push strats so far, but I don't think they're terrible either. Just not wanting to deal with the Chen, I suppose. And well, with a Bristle in the front lines, it would be a very tanky Bristle. So I think decent bans from both teams.
Yeah, they don't have any AoE clear from... no problem, and you always have to worry about that when you have a if they have a Chen. Well, yeah, Storm Spirit, I don't think he's that necessary to ban though. If you have a Quaz Wex Invoker, like the Cold Snap's usually enough to shut him down for the majority of the game. That spell is just so good at locking down heroes who don't actually have instant cast time, like Storm Spirit and Timbersaw most notably. And we see a fairly exciting pickup in the Morphling on the side. No problem that KR, Andrew, and I, also known as Yori, have relegated this hero to dumpster tier, aka 10th percentile of heroes. Or
10th percentile.
10th percentile. 10th to 20th percentile.
I think that's underrating him a bit. I don't think he's a strong carry right now. I don't think he's dumpster tier. Situationally, I think he could be pretty good.
I think he's dumpster tier still. I don't like him.
Yeah, you also just don't like him though.
I know. I like playing Morphling. I like the hero. I just think he's not good.
Okay,
like
that's fair. I mean, I think he's situationally strong.
I think he's strong versus like heroes that you can actually benefit from and replicate from. Like he's decent versus anti-mage.
Yeah, anti-mage. Luna can be pretty good.
Yeah. Aside from that, though, it's.
But even then, I mean, I don't know.
It's not like amazingly.
I will agree with you that I think right now most games where you can win with Morphling, you could definitely win with other carries. So I don't think he's a really strong carry.
I agree. Yeah, it's like why.
I don't think he's dumpster tier though. Like there are definitely a lot worse. Like Drow is way worse than Morphling, for example.
Drow you can push with at least. Morphling you can't push.
If I had to put someone in the garbage tier, Drow would definitely be on the chopping block before Morphling.
They're both.
But I'm also a Drow hater. That's like the most boring hero in Dota, even with the change to the silence.
Well, anyways, Newbie,
now that we're done flaming people's favorite heroes,
Newbie will go with the support, or they'll like have the everyone protect Bristleback strat with the Dazzle and the Abaddon to make him Superman. And yeah, at the same time, I just don't see how they're going to deal with a Bristleback in their face unless they just clearly outskill them. But like in an even playing field, like Bristleback is still very, very strong. And I think the most recent nerf was just base damage. Not actually that big of a deal.
Yeah, Newbie's mid-game 5-man looks really good. But where they struggle is shutting down Morphling if it turns into a split push game. If they're not taking early objectives...
I think it's tri-lane them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we see... yeah, Morphling can't really go mid against Invoker. I guess early on it's okay. But once he levels up Wex, then it gets a bit harder. But actually, I think they could run the Morphling mid. They can also dual roam the Mirana Shadow Demon.
I don't remember the last time I've seen Morphling mid. Though, like, it's just really unpopular. Although I think it's decently strong, it's just so unpopular.
I think well, they're definitely not doing it now. We'll see the Templar Assassin. I think it's actually decent if you go Wraithband and you get pulled 2 tangos, but like it's a pretty greedy solo mid. Then again, Invoker is not like the best hero to punish it.
Well, looks like the Weaver pick came out really fast after TA, so it looks like they were really set on the Weaver. Weaver's decent here. They don't really have that many spells to lock him down, but at the same time, is he really going to be able to get that farm? I'm curious to see as to which tri-lane, which hero they're going to do in the tri-lane, whether it's Bristleback or a Weaver. I think they could just like offensive try and then just put Bristleback in a one-on-one situation, or Weaver. I think that offensive try would do better here because Morphling is just extremely incapable of dealing with early aggression.
Yeah,
at least farming it up. He won't die,
right? But he's not good at like trading blows. His spells are really expensive early on.
His range is really low too.
Yeah, we'll have to see if he gets fully contested here. But Newbie, well, they're definitely the underdogs in terms of brand name recognition coming into this match. You're watching Starladder Season 9 Korea, their first ever Star Series outside of Europe. And on that note, we'll introduce our teams here. On Team Newbie, we've got Spika playing the Weaver. We have ... This guy's your fan, by the way, playing the Dazzle. Bella on the Abaddon. Solo mid, we have Invoker. Not even going to try for that one. And oh boy. Bottom, we've got Bristleback. I wish I spoke Korean. Maybe Roland will help me out.
These guys have new banners.
And yeah, on the Dire side, we've got Quack Weed Export. What are these names? They're just trolling me. Shadow Demon. Cynical going to be playing the Mirana. We'll see an early Abaddon smoke. Level 1 Abaddon smoke. Okay. Morphling safe lane by Ranto. Solo mid KSH. And off lane Segun on the Clockwork. So I guess they're smoking to ward. Yep. That's a very interesting smoke.
I agree. Like, usually you can just buy your items quickly and just lay it, but if you aren't there, I think it's worth the 100 gold, though. I mean, are we going to really see that much more rotation from Dazzle and Abaddon that the smoke is necessary that early? Probably not. So, no problems. Lanes are actually very predictable.
And they have Weaver. Like, you can just give Weaver the wards and you can just Sakuchi in. So.
I just don't think they were prepared. They seem very hesitant. Like, if they're not sure, they could have just taken longer with the last pick. So.
That's true. So in the end, it is
already an initiate on top lane.
Oh no! The second I look away too, but there's an early level 1 Grave pickup, and
that was so early. Like
he is like full health when he popped.
He got shielded too.
And Grave is not what you want in tri-lane versus tri-lane at level 1.
It's only a minute cooldown.
Yeah. I was like waiting for the way you started that. I was expecting a very serious comment. You know, like actually LD. it's only a minute cooldown. Also, the Morphling has gone for level 1 waveform, which is almost never what you want. Like his last Teddy is going to be pretty bad.
Yeah. So already off in the mid lane, we see TA 4-4. This is no surprise because TA kind of dominates Invoker mid, especially at Quas Wex. I actually have seen.
And his item build is not helping. He went 3 branches early, Ring of Protection, no null.
Why do you need the Ring of Prod?
No Blades of Attack.
Ring of Prod is actually really bad, I think, because you'll just get splashed, and he's getting.
Oh, okay. He's actually going Exhort, but he took Quas at level 1.
That's unusual.
I mean, I've seen people like I've tried like the value Exhort at level 1 and then go Quas Wex, which I think is not great, but it's okay. But value Quas into Exhort build, very unusual.
Yeah. You want value Exhort early. Maybe
or just Exhort build.
Maybe he was just tired of not getting like the last hits.
Just changed his build on the fly. Well, it's a little unorthodox here from Newbie. Maybe not the most polished, but they'll make a go of it anyway. As Cynical wraps around, there is a Radiant Observer Ward spotting him out. And to be honest, this is not an easy tri-lane for NP to get a kill, or 5 in Q. I'm not sure if that's an official name change or not.
But Morphling is still getting tons of farm though. He's 8-3 compared to the 4-2 of the Weaver. And granted, NP has a safe lane, but at the same time, that disparity should not be that big. I think it's just because Dazzle can't exert any pressure. He doesn't even have level 1 heal at level 2. He has level 1 Poison Touch. I think if you're going to go level 1 Grave, you should also go level 2. Level 1 Grave, you should go level 2 Wave. Just because Wave just does so much damage in a try-on-try situation, especially with a relatively low range hero like Morphling.
Yeah, if there's one skill you want to value point in, I'd say it's the heal. Yeah. I think the heal's best at level 1. Maybe Grave for yourself once in a while, but either way, so far, free farm for the TA mid. Basically free farm for the offlane Clockwork, who's just thrashing this Bristleback so far. Really low in mana.
Yeah.
Does not have a magic stick yet. But probably needs to pick one up soon.
Yeah, Clockwork has a magic stick. Bristle definitely needs one.
I mean, if he's spamming rockets and cogs, those are very low cooldown spells, so both heroes just gonna right click for farm, and they're pretty even. Morphling's to farming well. Well, really a slow and steady kind of game. Not a whole lot going on here.
Not too much at all. We still see Invoker getting dominated mid. I think that's a big telltale here, and I'm actually not sure why people haven't picked TA more versus Invoker. Like if you
there's a disruption here. Arrows available. They de-warded him. He's gonna get caught out. He does not mention the puppy footing. Should a great grave though from ... Keeps him alive for now. Bella has the shield up. It's gonna pop. The Morphling's low. Is there Sakuchi? 1 second. Oh, I think he could have. Maybe he could have dove for that, but not gonna take.
He could have kept Morphling strength though. He still has.
That's true.
50 mana, but at the same time, Morphling.
That's what, like 1 second of strength work, right?
Middle tower
2?
is under attack.
Yeah, it's
2 seconds.
2. Yeah, he has a bottle now though, and safe lane bottle Morph is not the worst thing in the world. It's not the best thing in the world, but you do need some sort of sustain, especially in the crown try situation, and you don't have a magic stick. So.
And Abaddon Weaver is really annoying in terms of harassment. So.
Yes.
The one nice thing with Bottle and Morphling is you can somewhat like take advantage of Morph to maximize how much you heal. So
yeah, you spend a lot of time back in base if you like have to morph strength and you're really low and you have to go all the way back to base and then morph agility. You actually spend a very considerable amount of time just sitting at the fountain, and I think Bottle eventually pays for itself just because of that.
Yeah, especially in this lane. If he was left alone, maybe he rushes the purse, but middle lane, Cynical's rotated in, still level 1. The Radiant used all of their Observer Wards towards top. One at the rune. The arrow will fly. It's going to connect. They nailed him. And I think he's dead here.
Yep. Unless he gets a sick.
Blink. Well, that's a first blood. That was so anticlimactic.
He has a 1/1/1 Invoker. Sorry, 2/1/1.
What is this build?
I have no idea.
I feel like this guy has not played Invoker before. What is this?
I think he kind of just like panicked versus TA or something like that. But yeah, well, 1/1/1 build, you will almost never see that.
And just even the way he just went about it, like taking Quas at level 1, then going Exhort, then deciding like, oh no, I actually want EMP Tornado, is just very bizarre.
He did it.
If you want to go Quas Wex, you almost always start Quas. If you want to go Quas Exhort, you almost always start Exhort, and you get like a damage item if you're going Quas Wex, but he got nothing. Ring of Protection.
Yeah, I feel like you have to commit to one guy. He's
indecisive.
Yeah, you can't go with the indecisive Invoker build just because it's so weak. You want to be able to have like huge Force Spirits or very nice Cold Snaps and EMP Tornado. But Anyways, he looks like he's just still not doing very well. And Clockwork gets a solo kill on Bristle. Did not see that happening, but
yeah, neither did I.
Bristleback needs mana. Like, without mana, he's just not very useful. And
he's he has a magic wand, but it's in base right now.
Yeah,
Meanwhile,
he just bought it while he was dead.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Now they go on the Shadow Demon of the Arrow flies. It connects on the Abaddon, just enough to keep them from diving this tower. So works out pretty well in the end. And while that's happening, there's a haste rune on the TA. ...
actually goes for the level 2 Grave build, so it's a very unusual Dazzle build. And
this is a Weaver, Abaddon, Tri-Lane. They should be playing aggressive.
Yeah, I think that comes in the fact that he can't actually play offensive while being defensive.
Right, because if he ever gets in trouble, just pop the level 1 Grave on yourself.
Yeah, and the heal is just so much deep.
Oh, I feel like the flames are going to come out soon, but for now it's just an arrow onto Bella. He's got a shield, he's got a stick, 10 charges, pops it, then gets graved as well, and suddenly Morphling waves out, needs to strength morph, and will do so, but the Clockwork comes in. That's a hook shot onto 3, cog him up, and kill him off. He'll catch 2, he'll catch 3. The lone survivor is that Weaver. Well, Clock gets the solo kill on Bristle. He basically gets a double kill for his, or a triple kill rather, for his team by himself, and oh no, sorry, it was a double. And single-handedly, this Clock is winning them the game.
Yeah, he really
Seriously.
is.
Double kill top, almost a triple, and a solo kill bottom. And he forced... The worst part is Bristle even TP'd for this and did nothing.
Yeah, so now their offensive tri-lane has just completely gone to poop. And now, like, they can't really shut down the Morphling, though. After that rotation, like, they have to constantly be feared of this Clockwork now, because he can just TP and hookshot at any time. And Clockwork's such a fearsome hero. We see a dive in mid.
Nice shield, though. KSH tanking up the tower. He's still in tower range. And now he's trapped in the corner. But who's trapped who? Now he drops the trap. Bella needs to run. Has a heal if he needs to suicide here. Might have to drop it. Goes with the shield. Gets graved as well. There's a missile in from the Clockwork, but he will fall. And now the Morphling wants to clean him up. Strolls in for the experience. Is going to dive this Dazzle as well. Well, could. There's no grave, but not going to go for it.
So it looks like they have done a little
What
bit
a
of
clowny game so far.
Yeah, indeed. Like, Invoker's just having so much pressure coming his way in mid, too. He has Brown Boots and Ring of Bousy, but I think he's going to be far too under level to be able to really do that much. He has gone for the 2-3-1, so it is a initial Quas with a value point and Exort swat to the Quas Wax.
Yeah, I just think if you want the value point, you do it a level 1.
Wow, and he misses his Tornado EMP.
Now eats a trap for his trouble. There's a double damage rune on this Morphling. They're going to go for it. Is there an Invoke available? There is not. He just invoked for the EMP Tornado, and now KSH dropping a meld. But the Abaddon's there along with the Dazzle. 3 heroes mid just to keep this Invoker alive, and he runs right back in. The waveform's a little bit short. They still get at the kill. They're still going strong here. The shield will pop, and they're going to get Bella, but they will pay with the Morphling's wife and wife, whatever. Same difference as the TA. Goes back in, cleans them up for a triple kill, and will still live. Oh, this is already feeling pretty brutal.
TA is crushing fools.
Well, I felt like that was a 2v0 lane, so just saying. No, this is just not going well at all for Newbie, though. Living up to their name, or down to it.
Yeah. I mean, I think they need to group up at some time, though, because NP's lineup is not very good at dealing with 5-on-5.
But it's still way too early. Like, they don't have mech on Bristle. Weaver's not even level 6. I definitely agree with you they need to group up, but I don't think they can do it yet.
They can try. I mean, I think that their best bet is to try and catch MP off guard. Like, hey, well, we're going to 5-man push somewhere where you don't expect, and maybe one or two of them don't have TPs, maybe a couple of them are like half HP, and then you like put them in a somewhat bad situation, because as it stands right now, like, MP is just rolling over them.
And they're doing it with one of your least favorite heroes, too. The infamous Morphling, who, by the way, is not farming well at all, but this TA can carry it. And bottom lane, there will be a rotation. 3 heroes jumping in. And Newbie marching forward, looking for Saigon. Will they catch him? There's a Weaver in the front lines, but the TP reaction comes now. Disruption, Soul Catcher, hook shot, not being used just yet. Held in reserve as the TA dives. Looks for Bella. Down Bella will go. That's the name of my parents' dog, by the way. Stop beating up my poor doggy. Well, they keep on chasing. Now they decide to run. 5 heroes will descend bottom. Arrow's going to connect. They'll clip the Bristle. While that's happening, the Clockwork falls, and now the EMP Tornado. The heal bomb's there. They turn it around. They get 2. Will they get more? No, that's going to be it. But a 2 for 2. Pretty damn good. Morphling is farming top.
Yeah, they're catching them off guard with this, and maybe they can transition this into a tower push. But this tower's at full HP, and they still have Glyph. All they have is a lonesome Bassi to aid them, and the Invoker's still working on his phase boost. Man, this guy is so poor. 11 minutes in, no phase boost. But he did do some work with his Tornado there. Finally killed the TA yet again. He already has Yasha up, by the way, so I mean, net worth difference between these two is pretty darn huge.
Yeah, straight Yasha against Invoker, so might have some mana issues this game. No drums, pretty low mana pool, but
yeah,
for now,
I definitely would like the drums over the Yasha. She didn't have any mana there to do anything at the end.
Yeah, actually, I guess had the stick charges. I don't know if it was cooling down, didn't see, but either way, we'll come back mid and just goes straight onto the Invoker. EMP does get dropped, and I mean instantly, almost all the mana gone. No retreat.
That Tornado was not very close to hitting.
It's tough. It's to be fair, even if you play the matchup well, it's hard. But when you play it poorly, it's really freaking hard. Gets dove. Where's the cold snap? Doesn't even attempt it. Just runs away and dies. Also, where was the TP from the supports? TP up on Abaddon. No TP on Dazzle. Just 2 smokes.
The oof. Going for the damage. Oof, more important than TP.
I'm trying real hard to keep a straight face here, Ben, and you're not helping. That's a haste on this TA, and she's gonna go ham.
I played against a team yesterday called Ham Ham, or I was supposed to play against team.
Ham Ham?
Ham Ham. That's Dark Falco's team.
Shouldn't just be Dark Falco +4. Oh no, the Weaver! He's like, oh, I got this. I'll just Sakuchi away. No problem. Sorry, buddy. You got a problem. It's a you're dead kind of problem. They'll dive. The Tornado actually is available. Will purge off the haste, but it doesn't matter. They just jump him and immediately pick off that TA. The chase continues. Newbie Bella juking through the trees, hither and thither. But ring around the Rosie. Might end now. Pops the ult. Not a well-timed one. Barely took any damage during it. And they may go again. Another trap. Another dive. And it should be, well, a TP reaction. Maybe it's a bait. Maybe it's a trap. Random dust just gets thrown out. Why the hell not? The Weaver's not even there. Now he's going to arrive, but he should have free reign. Eats an arrow to the face. Gets Aphotic shielded. Time lapses just long enough so he didn't go back to base. Nicely done. Now the chase going the other way on KSH. This would be a big kill. Sunstrike's there. And are they going to get him? Yes, I think so with the shield. They'll blow him up, and he will fall. Now Segun on the run. Weaver pursuing, turning this one around. That's a 2-0. Well, the Abaddon dies, but, I mean, he did his work.
They're showing some signs of life now.
Small signs of life with the Morphling AFK farming top, but signs nonetheless.
I wonder what he's going to go for with this 2,000 gold.
Seems like a Midas game to me.
Why not? They certainly have the late game.
Although it is a little bit late, 14 minutes in. But
he's still pretty poor, though. Poor guy. Net worth chart, we see number 1, we see TA, 5,700 gold. Number 2 is the Clockwork, closely followed by the Weaver. And Morphling sitting at number 4, and Invoker is sitting at number 7 with only 2,000. And he has not finished his phase yet.
He's 500 ahead of the enemy Shadow Demon. That is really depressing.
He's behind the support.
Oh, ouch.
He did hit that.
And there's no
though.
Towers down.
He hit the level 1 Sunstrike. I'll give him some credit.
Yeah. Where was that Invoker earlier? Well, he's not here when they need him. He's got a Ghost Walk. He'll pull it off just in the nick of time. Battery Assault does not hit invisible units. And that will allow him
I thought Templar Assassin was going to have some huge plays with the splashes.
Yeah, Ferrari 430 style. Not in the offing.
Man, that play was so good.
That's still one of my. That was with. I mean, I guess that was with like the bug side blades where they were a little bit wider, but that was still sick.
It was pretty
filthy.
Nasty.
Possibly like the most impressive play I've ever got.
So Morphling still AFK farming, and they're gonna defend this 4 on 5, and it looks like right now it's only 2 on 5, and he's doing some work with his cogs. He does have a 4-step up, but looks like this will be enough to repel Newbie's push.
Now middle lane, a Tornado comes through, catches out the TA, gets 4-stepped away. We'll be fine. As the Clockwork fires off a warning shot, and NP consider giving chase. There's a purge available. It does get dropped, and well, just a harassment purge for now. They disrupt, and Bristle Boss walks away. Meanwhile, Morphling AFK farming top. They're 5-manny mid, but they are not really getting anywhere.
I don't think they can dive on this.
Against Shadow Demon TA, these are very hard.
And Shadow too.
And do they even have dust? They do. 1 set of dust on the Abaddon, but I like the way 5 and Q are playing this split push bottom, split push top, and just stall mid with your 3 best defensive heroes.
Yep.
This is tough.
Morphling opting for the ulti orb build. Shadow Demon finally has a pair of arcane boots. They need something to deal with the tornado. Even though he hasn't been hitting them, the threat of it is still enough. And it looks like the Radiance Tower might be the one to fall mid first.
So, I do actually like Shadow Demon. I think we underrated him a little bit for counter push with the new Shadow Poison. 5 stacks, if a team's just sitting mid and they're not quick at killing towers, that will stop a push in its tracks.
Yeah.
And he does have max poison now. Another rocket flies through.
Max poison's own it.
Yeah, and you could just go AFK jungle so easy with that as well.
And you can like dual stack camps, triple stack.
Have you seen the trick on Radiant to stack these 3 camps all at once? There's a way to stack all 3 of them. Or at least there used to be. Maybe it changed with the creep aggro
It's so hard to pull this camp though. Oh my goodness. Like you have to get the timing down like almost perfectly to do it. There's very little wiggle.
Oh, a sentry gets dropped here. Weaver does not have mana for time lapse. He almost walks into the cogs, now retreats out. Now he's got the mana. There's your time lapse. And a 4 staff to the right. Then just casually chilling, waiting. The TA does kill off the Invoker while this is happening. And the dive is on, looking for the dazzle. He gets gripped after the shield, but the rocket comes in, cleans up another. The Abaddon has fallen. This TA is out of control right now, looking for Bristle. He's a boss no longer. Can't escape. Nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. TA still alive. She melds, removes the bug. The swarm's not there. Now another dust. He doesn't have ult. He can't escape. Speaker falls. It's a team wipe.
It's a 4-on-5 team wipe too. Like Morphling literally did nothing that fight. And this TA is
See, look how good Morphling is. He's so good, he can help his team win fights without even showing up.
TA is just going to town. I mean,
she's got Deso.
She shouldn't be able to do this to the other team too. Like Invoker is decent at controlling her. Like, yeah, you're not gonna have a good time early, but like Tornado EMP, Cold Snap, Ice Wall, like without a BKB, TA's life should be absolutely miserable.
Yeah, maybe you don't win your lane, but he got dove at a tower and just ran instead of cold snapping her that one time.
Deafening Blast too. You have a lot of skills in your arsenal to deal with it, and I mean she's not forced to get a BKB, which is really telling of how poorly this Invoker is doing at controlling this mid player. And yeah, Morphling just had free farm for 10 minutes. Now he has the Lincolns, and it's not granted Lincolns is not that great here. There's a lot of random spells that pop it off, like Nasal Goo, but they can do Roshan very easily now, especially with the Desolator pickup.
Yeah, actually Lincoln's is pretty worthless this game. Cold Snap being like the one ability you'd maybe want to block.
He has gone almost full agi though.
That's true. Lets him be a little more cocky. There's a backstep coming from Weaver, but one good meld strike.
There's a smoke from Newbie trying to get back in this game. It is going to be 3v5 for the time being.
KSH has a Deso, though. Do they really want to run at him? I don't think so. Bristle backing off. There will be Goose stacking up, but he's still quite tanky. In the cogs, for now, everyone lives. They pop the Dazzle. Morphling on the back foot, actually, just baiting them away while the TA cleans up from the backside. Brings down one. Sunstrike to fly. Nails the Bristleback. Too bad they're on the same team, or it could have been amazing. Now, everybody retreats. This will be another death. Bella, nowhere to run. Nowhere to hide. And now, they might bring down the Invoker as well. Adaptive Strike, not enough to kill him off. He will retreat. They might get the Clockwork kill. Nope, they get nothing. They get absolutely
hit by the rocket
nothing.
though. 4 seconds though. Is Invoker still gonna die?
Rocket available. Watch it fly. That was a really
that was not
abysmal rocket. But it's okay. So yeah, this TA is just killing everyone.
Yes.
Pretty much.
He's been involved of 19 of the 23 kills. Now Roshan is completely open to them, and I mean, to be honest, I think it's almost time to call GG for Team Newbie. Like they just don't have anything to deal with him.
That's
like,
loser talk, Ben.
Dude, and Weaver's net worth is half of the TA's right now. He's like not that close to completing his Lincolns. He's like maybe halfway right now. Bristleback really has nothing. He has his buckler, no headdress, no mech recipe.
You know what that is, Ben? That's loser talk. They got this.
These guys are losers. Losers talk are for losers.
Jesus Christ, you're cold. Well, they'll find Bella now. He immediately pops his ult. Still had almost half health. Eats an arrow to the face. He ain't going nowhere. And down he goes. Well, back to the well. That's where he's going.
Poor guys.
That was just brutal, dude.
Do you like this TA set?
Flares here.
All pretense of Ben casting this game has gone out the window. Let's talk about cosmetics, guys.
I like talking about cosmetics.
You're not a cosmetics guy.
I just like pointing out things that are cool.
Yeah.
Or not cool.
How much money have you spent on cosmetics?
Not that much. I've bought announcers.
Do you accept gifts from your fans, like
yeah,
Blitz and Purge?
I've gotten some.
You know Blitz is the most shameless, right? He like begs his fans for cosmetics.
No, I don't beg. I don't beg for items. It's like most of the time it's really difficult to see. Anyways. There are some that are pretty cool though.
Hey,
Arcana hair.
add me on your friends list, Merlini. I'll give you all my sweet gear. Hey guys, I've got Merlini on my friends list. There you go. It just does get secured by the Templar Assassin, and well, they'll head back in.
Dazzle might literally get one shot by the meld though. Like I'm.
Well,
I'm
no, the
curious to
grave.
see.
The grave will save him.
If he gets
The grave.
off in time.
Smoke dodge it. No, hooked and down he goes. Oh boy. And then pushed
that
back
was
in by the
sick
cogs.
hog.
That's one. This could be two. This TA not really able to chase too effectively though.
doesn't have enough mana.
Out of mana, pops the magic stick, turns around. Out of fly, nails the Batten. Then the Morphling waves in. Oh yeah, by the way guys, we've got a Morphling too. He goes in and feeds. And they'll just retreat out. But that is a 3-for-1. Where was his replicate? I guess it just expired, it looks like.
He had a ghost too.
Yeah.
I don't know why he didn't ghost. Then Weaver.
Ghost Scepter's really strong this game.
Yeah.
There's like almost no magic damage.
Dire's bottom tower is
Invoker.
under attack.
If he nails a huge tornado EP, or he can just tornado meter blast.
Radiant's
He can
middle
also just
tower
tornado
has
it off.
fallen.
Well, even the
Dire's
support
bottom
Mirana has a
tower
diffusal
is
now.
under attack.
She's about on par with net worth with the Weaver, and yep, no T2 towers are left for Newbie, and they are in a very dire position right now. 7 to
Dire's
27
bottom
gold
tower is
draft,
under attack.
22,000 ish, so on par to that 1,000 gold a minute. That's the point of owner. That's like the
Dire's
benchmark for
bottom
getting
tower
owned.
is
If your deficit increases by 1k a minute.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
That's
Completely
like,
agree.
You can't disagree. You can't say that the team's not getting
So
owned.
Batten just popped his ult at full HP. Doesn't want to get one shot because there's a double damage TA on the loose. It really could have happened too. Can't even fall. Bella doesn't have boots. I don't know if you noticed that.
Oh lord. Okay, look at Dazzle. Is he gonna get one shot? No. That did a good 80%.
Sorry, I was
rate
too
speed.
busy trying to set face on that. My goodness. My apologies, guys. But yeah, this TA is just like prowling the base while they all just hide with it.
She could go to Shadowblade build and get some really easy picks.
Yeah, or Blink Dagger.
Yeah. Either or. Shadowblade is just so much better or so much worse than Blink Dagger now. For the
It really
heroes.
is.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I think they might like need to change the mana cost on it, or at least maybe reduce the cooldown.
I think the cooldown is too extreme.
Yeah,
you
either-
spend like
either or.
most of your time in cooldown now.
Yeah.
Whereas it used to be like you would have most of your time you were Shadowbladed.
And Blink Dagger is like the cooldown is so ridiculously low on that too.
Well, this Invoker almost dying to the splash, but there is an army behind him. And now they turn around on TA, drop the Poison Stain, and try to chase, but the arrow connects. She's still alive. Great grave timing from ... Keeps him in shape, but KSH comes back in. The hook will fly. Hits on 5. Beautifully done. As he force staffs out of the cogs and continues pursuit, they bring down the Invoker.
This Clockwork is playing really well though. Like his cogs are just really good. Like a lot of people just use them to trap people in, but he uses it to knock people out. So he has more uptime.
Meld's available. Another arrow connects. I'm sorry, I guess that was an auto attack. And they'll just back off.
The TA is like 3v1ing them right at their T4s with all the T3s still up too, without any assistance from their team.
Yeah, the rest of the team is pushing mid.
Are fortified.
I honestly forgot they had a Morphling until he came in and died mid earlier. Which is when you know that you're having an easy game as a carry player.
Easy game, easy life.
Music to any carry player's ears. He'll wave in, replicate out. But KSH just stands his ground. There's still an ult available though. He's got to be careful here. Hook shot available in 1 second's time. Looking for the angle. Now the Abaddon. The ult about to end. Should be dead any second now. Take off that head. No, he gets sprayed. Great defensive play. Keeping them in this game for a few more seconds. But KSH still, well, in a bit of trouble here. Morphling comes in from the side. Picks off one. The cogs are there as well. They bring down 2. He struts through the middle of all the enemy heroes while Mirana cleans up. Gets a triple kill. That's a 4-position Mirana. And through it all, the TA will live.
Morphling has BOTs. I don't hate them anymore.
Almost has an E-Blade.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They do have a lot of
Radiant's top
survivability,
tower
though.
has
I mean,
fallen.
I've been on Save Alive for quite some time, but I mean, really, can they do any damage? That's the big
Radiant's top
problem.
barracks are under
They just don't
attack.
deal enough damage. They can't deal with the TA,
Radiant's
even
top
though they do have
barracks has fallen.
plenty of spells with many instances of damage, like Cold Snap and Dazzle, Shadow Wave, and
Radiant's
Poison
middle
Touch, and
barracks are
Bristleback
under
with
attack.
massive sprays flying everywhere. But TA just way too big, and she has completed Daedalus plus
Radiant's
some
middle
if she wants to buy it.
barracks has fallen.
This is
Radiant's
one of those
middle
games where
barracks are
you
under
can't
attack.
shop
Radiant's
fast
middle
enough because you're
barracks
owning
has
so
fallen.
hard. It's like as soon as you buy the new item, you've
First
already
world
got gold.
problems.
Yeah, it is a real first world problem. There's your Shadow or your E-Blade. Blows up one. Everybody will retreat, and, well, the TA is just cleaning up on the backlines. The Morphling's there as well. Shotguns down the Dazzle. Now they work on the Bristleback, and I don't think he stands against all this damage. Dropping pretty fast. They cut him off at the pass. They'll bring him down 2. Now they just want to bat in. That's 4 dead. About to be 5. Dota is not fun for Newbie. That's for damn sure. Give KSH a godlike streak and give him a win. 5 in Q.
That was one of the most brutal ownages I've seen in Dota in a long time.
Dire victory.
That was definitely one of
That was
the
just
biggest beatdowns.
Utter massacre. The slaughter of March 2014 has finally ended. Well, you guys just witnessed game 2 of our first 4 BO1s in the Starladder Korea. 8 teams are playing. Only one will advance to join the other teams in Kiev. And yeah, they just put on a clinic.
A beatdown. That was a bruising and a half. Somebody call an ambulance. These guys need stitches.
Ouch.
They need a lot of help. That was just painful.
That's so demoralizing. Like, good thing this doesn't go to 3. I mean, second game they might. Oh,
yeah, and just like the way they reacted to, like, man, Dota is hard. Dota is no
Bad
fun.
game.
Bad game.
poor guys.
You got to be really frustrated to say that, but they'll have chances to bounce back here. It is a round robin group stage, and not all the teams will be as strong as like 5 and Q, MVP Phoenix, or Bird Gang. So they might have some easier opponents up ahead.
Yeah, I wish the opponents were more or generally in the first round the teams are just not that close in skill. So
Yeah.
hopefully we'll have some closer games soon.
Well, round robin continues, guys. I'm LD. He's Merlini. You're watching Starladder Season 9. We'll be back after a very short break. Stay tuned.